Hi all, welcome to the 10th edition of Professional Visa and Education Services News Update. My name is Nish, I'm the Registered Migration Agent in Australia and also Director of Professional Visa and Education Services. Now today I'm going to talk about our new visa, simplified student visa framework that is coming into effect from 1st of July. Now I've already done a video on this, but today I'm going to focus on some key areas like your English and financial requirements. Okay, so just to give you some highlights. Now, what are the main changes? Obviously I've covered this before. So the main changes is obviously the elimination of the visa subclasses. So from 8 visa subclasses, all the student visa subclasses, now it has reduced to just one, which is visa subclass 500. Now for a student, all we have to remember is one visa subclass, so that has been simplified a lot more. Now the other major changes is you will be able to lodge your student visa after 1st of July online. So all international student visa can be now lodged online, so that means that could be done onshore, so you don't have to actually process from your home country. It can be processed from Australia or any part of the world, considering you're lodging online with all the required documents. Now the third biggest changes is obviously the Department of Immigration and Border Protection has actually simplified the financial and English requirements, which I'll take you through in a minute. And also the major changes is also changes on your main enrollment visa condition, which is 8202. Okay, so I'm going to take you through that in this video today. Now, first thing first, English and financial requirements. Now, good news for people that fall under low risk assessment. So that means just before talking about the low risk thing, I just want to quickly let you know how the Department of Immigration and Border Protection is going to do the assessment. Is obviously I've covered this in the last video, but I'll take you through this briefly. All the education providers in Australia from 1st of July will have assessment level 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, with the country of passport, we'll have risk assessment level 1, 2 and 3 as well. So how the risk assessment is determined, so obviously department will look into how many students has actually enrolled in particular education providers, and how many have actually retained and complete their course, and how many have actually churned, so before completing course. Now these are some key factors that department is looking to determine whether or not this education provider falls under risk assessment level 1 being the lowest and risk assessment level 3 being the highest. Similarly with the country of passport, same thing. So risk assessment level 1 being the low risk, and then risk assessment level 3 being the high risk countries. Okay, so Department of Immigration and Border Protection has actually put the online tool for international students willing to come to Australia to sort of play with, just so that they know what sort of assessment level they fall under and what sort of documentation they require. Now obviously the country of passport or the education provider risk assessment level is not displayed in website because that's something it is discreet, that's something only immigration would know. But just playing with the online tool, we should be able to be in a better position to ascertain that what level or what sort of documentation we need to provide for a student visa applying after 1st of July. Now the English requirement, if you are on low risk country, then you might not be able to or you might not need to demonstrate English requirement or financial requirements, so you should be able to just apply visa with the declaration that you are willing to study and you have access to the funds. Now however, saying that this is something, it's just a guidelines to say you might not need it. However, immigration has put a discretion on themselves, saying they might always request to see the excess of fund, or they might always request to see the English requirement. However, for the low risks, there's no requirement as such at this point. Now in terms of English requirement, exemption is for obviously if you're a passport holder of UK, USA, Canada, New Zealand or Ireland, you are usually exempted. There are other components that we can follow to see whether or not those exemption rule applies in your situation. So for that we need to go through the proper assessment, individual assessment when we do the consultation with you guys. Okay, so the minimum requirement for English is obviously depending upon what course you're doing. There might be some English requirement in terms of education provider enrolling you in a certain degree, so not for the immigration purpose though, for education providers, they might require this English score just so that they can enroll you on the course that you're seeking to study in Australia. Now the financial requirements, this is the major changes. So if you are not considered as a low risk, you would need to show the evidence of your financial capacity, and that means your travel expense, that means your living cost for at least first 12 months of stay in Australia, and course fees for the first 12 months of study, and income level of your parents or spouse, and also living costs that immigration will calculate. It's all displayed in website, so you can actually check it out, what are the costs and stuff like that. I'm not going to go through that in too much details. Now quickly, if the department required the income from your parents to demonstrate that your sponsor as your parents can fulfill your study need in Australia, now the parents can combine their income and demonstrate they have 60,000 sort of income coming into the household as a joint income. Then that should be enough documentation to support your financial requirements, and that's for the single applicant. Okay, now if it's the applicant with the dependent, then they need to produce 70,000. Now with your parents, it has to be legit documents. It's not something that a lot of agents are doing overseas, where they're just charging money and then they producing some sort of bank documents. Now with this income statement, make sure it's all authorized by government. The income tax papers and everything like that has to be in a government letterhead. So we need the original documents of these financial requirements. Now the other major changes, as I mentioned earlier in this video, 8202. So now if you are studying currently if you are studying higher education or if you're on diploma courses, you were able to change it to certificate 3 or 4. However, from 1st of July, now you can only change your education provider, or you can only change your courses based upon same level or higher. So you won't be able to go down, like say for example you're doing diploma, you won't be able to go down to certificate level, or if you're doing bachelor's, you won't be able to go down to diploma level. So if you wanted to change courses, has to be the same level. So bachelor's needs to do bachelor's and diploma needs to do diploma. And now if you do need to go further down, like say for example if you need to do ELICOS certificate 3 or certificate 4, for that you need to apply for a new visa application. So well, that's the major changes. Now I have actually just gone through in a brief, like this is just a highlight. However, there are just a tiny little changes, and there are some important changes, and for that you can come and see us and have a free consultation. Obviously we do free half-an-hour consultation for you, and after that, if you'd like to proceed with the visa application, we'll help you on that one too. Now thanks for watching. Now once again, we are located at 99 York Street, level 9, suite 4. You can come and visit us, or you can go to our website www.provisa.com.au and book a free consultation with us, and we'll help you. Now thanks for watching, and I'll come back next Monday with more exciting news. And now if there's any changes with the immigration, or if any changes to visa, obviously I'll be the first person to notify you via video from Professional Visa and Education Services. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.